You wake up, no alarm, no phone. You sit up and ask yourself one question. What do I actually do today? For 300,000 years, that question had a totally different answer, and it looked nothing like your Tuesday. No jobs, no bosses, no 9 to 5. For most of human history, employment didn't exist. So what were people actually doing with their time? In the 1960s, an anthropologist named Richard Lee went to find out. He traveled to the Kalahari Desert in Botswana. There, he lived alongside the Jew/Honsi people, one of the last groups on Earth still living close to how our ancestors did. He tracked every single hour of their day. The results surprised everyone, including him. Adults spent about 15 hours a week finding food. That's it. Around 2 days worth of work. The rest of the week? Completely free. And this wasn't a one-off fluke. The same pattern shows up everywhere anthropologists look. The Hadza in Tanzania, the Ash in Paraguay, the Martu in Australia. Totally different environments, totally different continents. Same result, every time. Now you might be thinking, okay, but that's modern people. How do we know ancient humans lived this way too? The answer is written in their bones. When scientists compare skeletons of hunter-gatherers to early farmers, the difference is honestly kind of brutal. Early farmers were shorter. Their teeth were riddled with cavities from grain-heavy diets. Their spines show arthritis from repetitive labor. And they died younger. Hunter-gatherer skeletons tell the opposite story. Taller, stronger, healthier teeth, less joint damage. Whatever they were doing with their time, it wasn't grinding themselves down. So let's actually reconstruct a day. You wake up around sunrise. Last night's fire is still glowing. Someone tosses on more wood. Breakfast is whatever's left. Dried meat, some berries, maybe nuts from yesterday. And breakfast is social. People talk, joke, loosely plan the day. Not because anyone's forcing them to, just because that's what humans do when they're together. Mid-morning, a small group might head out. But here's the key detail everyone misses. You don't go out every single day. If the hunt worked 2 days ago and there's still food stored, you might not leave camp at all. Instead, you sharpen a spear, or weave a basket, or soften an animal hide until it's usable. No clock, no supervisor, no deadline. You do it because being good at something earns respect. And when hunting does happen, it's nothing like the movies. Humans are persistence hunters. We track an animal at a steady jog for hours until it overheats and simply collapses. We're basically the only species built to do this. We sweat. Most animals can't while running, so we outlast them. A hunt might take 3 to 6 hours total. Then the animal's carried back and shared with everyone. By early afternoon, the productive part of the day is basically done. Here's the part modern people find hardest to wrap their head around. What happens next is nothing, and also everything. People rest in the shade. They play with kids. They groom each other, picking through hair, tightening social bonds. They make jewelry out of shells, beads, animal teeth. They carve little designs into bone or stone. They nap. One anthropologist clocked around 6 hours a day of pure social time. Not working, not sleeping, just being with other people. Because in a world with no laws and no written contracts, your survival depends entirely on your relationships. If people don't like you, they don't share food when you're hungry. So you invest enormous time into those bonds. Not because it's productive, because it's how humans stay human. And this downtime wasn't just chilling either. Some of it produced things that shouldn't exist if life was pure survival. Take art. In 1994, explorers found Chauvet Cave in southern France. Inside were paintings made roughly 30,000 years ago. Horses, lions, rhinos, rendered with shading, perspective, motion. This wasn't some crude scribble. This took skill, planning, and hours of uninterrupted time. Someone sat deep in a cave, by firelight, painting animals on a wall. Not for food, not for survival, just for meaning. Or take Blombos Cave in South Africa. Archaeologists found 100,000-year-old beads made from tiny drilled seashells. The nearest coastline was 20 kilometers away. Someone walked 40 kilometers round trip just to collect shells, then carefully drilled holes through each one with a stone tool. Just to look good.